So after the latest update, EA has introduced a brand new Playstyle and Playstyle Plus, which are for the low-driven shots. Trying to find out if they're underpowered, balanced or overpowered, I'm heading into some rivals games, and I'm only allowed to use low-driven shots to score with players who have the Playstyle or the Playstyle Plus. If you need coins to buy high-end players and make your dream team, you gotta check out lootbar.gg and their amazing prices. They're already 10% cheaper than any other platforms, and I've got you another 8% off by using my code OMID. Plus, after your purchase, you receive a free 5% extra coins, more than the amount you actually ordered. Many familiar faces in the content creators community are using Lootbar services, and with a super fast and safe delivery system, you can have your coins within 30 minutes. So make sure to check out lootbar.gg and their amazing prices, and don't forget to use the code OMID at checkout to get that extra 8% off. The link is in the description. Hey everyone, it's Omid here and welcome back to another video on this channel. Please make sure to smash that like button to support the channel, and today's video is all about low driven shots and the new playstyle for it. As an average FIFA 18 enjoyer, I'm happy to see the low driven shots back in the game, and for the sake of experimenting, I've gone and got myself a full attacking trio who have the playstyle. So as you can see, I have Gnabry who has the playstyle plus, Lineker again has the Playstyle Plus, and by the way, what a card for under 100k. And for comparison, I've gone and bought myself Cascarino, who has the base version of the low driven, to compare the shots, see how much of a difference does it make, whether or not you need a player with this playstyle in your team. So let's move on to the gameplay. Well, first of all, for those of you who don't know how to execute a low driven shot, it used to have a dedicated button to activate it, but now on FC25 you only need to load up less than 40% of the power bar when you shoot for the shot to be registered as a low driven. With the new playstyle, I've noticed even if you slightly overload your shots, it won't count as a driven and the playstyle won't activate, even if it's below that 40% mark. So to get a guarantee, simply tapping your shoot button and not holding it at all would be your safest bet. Now let's talk about how useful it is in the game. So far this year, driven shots have been a go-to option for me whether I'm playing competitive pro clubs tournaments, for champs or rivals, even when there was no playstyle for it. It's been a very consistent way of scoring a goal for me, and as soon as I heard EA is adding a playstyle for it in the game with a new animation, actually, when EA adds any type of new animation in the game, it's always super meta, OP and broken. I was expecting the driven shots to fly in from every relevant shooting position and angle, which, as you can see on the clips, it's not quite the case. I'm not saying the playstyle is bad or useless or anything, quite the opposite actually. It's incredibly powerful once you get the hang of it. All I'm saying is EA, this company somehow added something new to the game and it's actually well balanced, which is odd coming from them. You know, the goalkeeper rush out, that 1v1 close down playstyle, whatever it's called, has been the most OP thing on the goalies. You just hold triangle and the goalkeeper just rushes out with the speed of light and you get no time to react whatsoever. Now with this new low driven shots playstyle, if you just tap the shoot button, the shot comes off so quick that it will crawl under the Russian goalkeeper instantly. It's the perfect counter against Team of the Year Martinez and Courtois. Now if the goalkeeper is not coming out, the low drivens are still a very consistent way of scoring a goal. If your striker or any player in your central positions has the driven playstyle, if you're inside the box and there is no player to block your shot, it's a goal. 9 times out of 10, it's a goal. It crawls right in the bottom left or right corners of the net with perfect accuracy and power. So it's a playstyle more often than not you want on your central players rather than wingers. But if you do have it on a winger and you're on a wider position, let's say you're inside the box but slightly wider than the 6-yard box, if it makes any sense, the driven will still be powerful, but the accuracy I've noticed is gonna be a bit 50-50. But there's this one trick that if you do correctly, you can get the same accuracy and conversion rate as your striker. If you're on the wider areas and you want to use the low driven playstyle, you want to make sure you're not facing the direction you're aiming to shoot at. Like if you're gonna shoot far post, you want to make sure your player is facing away from that direction in a 45 to 90 degree angle. This is the best animation you can get out of your driven shots, and it will increase the accuracy and make the shot animation come off way quicker than it would without it. So to wrap it all up, if you're inside the box and central, they fly in with an exceptional accuracy. If you're inside the box and slightly wide, face away from where you're aiming to shoot and you're good to go. And if you're outside the box, I tried it multiple times, it rarely goes in. It's not a long shot mechanic, so right at the edge of the box would be the furthest I would go for it. And finally, I wanna mention that for the low driven shots to work best, you want the right footed players on the right side and the left footed players on the left side. Cause even with a 5-star weak foot, when you just tap the shoot button, players tend to hit the ball with their primary foot. So if you have a right footed on the left, they're gonna hit a weird Trivela-like animation, and it's not nearly as effective as you expect them to be. Now the final verdict, did I see a difference between the base Playstyle and the Playstyle Plus? Well, obviously the Playstyle Plus is better, more accurate and powerful. But for me it's all about the animation of getting that shot off as quickly as possible, which I didn't notice a major difference between the Playstyle Plus and base. Is it something you replace your strikers for? No, not quite yet. The more we go forward, the more of this playstyle we will get on new promo cards, and from now on, it's something you definitely want to keep an eye out for. It's not a meta-defining new addition to the game that you just have to have on your team, or it's not like a must-have on every striker on your team, but it's most certainly something that's really nice to work with. Anyway, that's it for today's video everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe. It will help out the channel massively. This is the end of this episode, and hopefully I will see you on the next one.